Hey y'all. So welcome to the Leo full moon ceremony. Today is February 16th, 2022. And as you can tell, this is the Leo full moon. So I'm going to explain to you per usual what the Leo full moon has in store for us, where is the astrology right now, the planetary placements, as well as read an article to give you a little bit more boom of the Leo full moon. And then of course I'm going to pull out some cards to give us some messages for all the 12 houses, Aries through Pisces, as well as a few of the wisdom of the oracle for the collective. Now, as you can see in front of us, we do have the full moon in Leo card from the Moonology deck, and it says, don't let pride get in your way. And we're going to explain that. But before we get into anything, let us do 3 taps with the singing bowl, and then we're going to clear out this space with some sage, and then we're just going to jump right into the reading. So let's do the inhale, exhale. Alrighty, and let's pull out the sage. So now that I have found the sage, let us light it up and clear out the energy for the collective so we can be in our highest vibration. Okay. Clear out this energy, spirit. Let us be in our most positive energy to get the most clearest messages from our divine spiritual team, our ancestors, the light workers. Let us be focused. Let us be vulnerable. Let us be intimate. Let us be in the present, be in moment, and let go any imposter syndrome, self-doubt, anxiety, anything that does not uplift us to get the most beneficial messages from this Leo full moon. Ashe, ashe. All right. Now, let us pull up an article from mindbodyandgreen.com. So this is the article. This week's full moon could spice up your love life. Here's how to work with it. And we do have the Romance Angel Oracle deck. So, Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fiercest of them all? The competition heats up Wednesday, February 16, as the 2020 full snow moon in Leo raises our gaze to the night skies. Under this annual lunar light, we'll all feel like putting our best rhinestone-studded statement heeled foot forward. Talk about major magnetism. Charm the world with your brilliance and creativity and watch your fan base grow. Then feel free to enjoy the allure of your purr behind closed doors. But this isn't just a moment. Love planets Venus and Mars connect in Capricorn for a rare exact meetup on February 16. In the sign of long-term goals and public prestige, any deals you seal under the 2022 full moon could go the distance, bringing lasting passion and fame for those of y'all who are looking for fame. This full moon will also square the lunar north node and south nodes in Taurus and Scorpio. Have you been too fixed about your plans lately? And side note, Leo is a fixed sign next to Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And that's all the energies right now. North node, Taurus, south node, Scorpio. This is the Leo full moon, and this is Aquarius season. So do you feel fixed? Invite more creativity into your process. Stability and security are nice to have, but you can pay too high of a price if you compromise on things like passion, creativity, and romance. So maybe it's better to be a little uncertain about the future if it means keeping the door open for dreaming. This full moon earned its name from numerous indigenous tribes for obvious reasons. The snow moon represents peak winter, when the ground is most likely to be blanketed in white in many parts of the northern hemisphere. And being from Massachusetts, it is cold as brick. Outside currently it's ashy because all the snow that has melted and piled back on, as well as the ice, as well as the salt. So outside is cold as brick, that is true. With playful Leo in the full moon hot seat, or should we say on the ice throne this year, get out and enjoy some winter fun. Take a ski or snowboarding lesson if you've never hit the slopes. Build a snowman, take the kids in your life sledding, or just make a snow angel. No need to stay out for hours if that's not your jam. But like Leo, a sign that loves to be one of a kind, remember that every snowflake is unique. So we're going to leave the article right there. And that is very important because personally, last Friday, me and my girlies and her sisters, we went to this place in New Hampshire called Ice Castle, and it was bomb.com. I swear the childhood in me, the kid in me was so happy. I love the ice. We were throwing snowballs at each other. We literally, grown ass, almost 30-something-year-olds are having snowball fights and playing tag because the child in us, the child essence in us rose to the occasion, and we had so much fun. I went, was it snow tubing? And that was super fun. And it was just like letting loose. And that is the Leo energy, because Leo is the 8th house. And 8 symbolically is the energy of self. And when it's turned sideways, it is the infinity sign. And that sign is like speaking of that divine essence, that je ne sais quoi, that mystique of life, right? If y'all are religious, right, you have the Son, Father, and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit would be embodying the essence of that infinity sign. And with that energy, it's asking us to co-create. It's asking us to get into our childish energy, that child within, right? Because we never lose that passion. We never lose that creativity. We never lose that joy. We never lose that essence of carefree and wildness. And Spirit's asking us to tap into that, especially if you do have kids, because the 8th house is ruled by that Leo sun energy, and it is associated with children and creativity. So this is the energy. This is the time to get into that. And let me show you or read to you where the planetary placements are currently. Let me pull that out. Okay, so currently Mercury is in Aquarius, Venus is in Capricorn, Mars is in Capricorn. Again, that Venus-Mars energy, that love, that passion energy, all huddled up in Capricorn, which is like the strict, the authoritarian, the order. Jupiter is in Pisces, Saturn is in Aquarius, Uranus is in Taurus, Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto is in Capricorn, and Chiron is in Aries. So this is definitely the energy of calmness, especially for right now. There are no planets currently in retrograde. So this is the energies that are willing and helping for us to be in our direct alignment, whatever that alignment may be, whether it's in love with a career, a love within your household, or love within your partnerships. It is asking us to take that brave leap forward and stand in our essence, our divinity. So now that I have all of that covered, let us pull out some cards for each of the astrological signs. So hopefully all is well with y'all in regards to not just the Leo full moon, but just in general. Hopefully life is starting to fit itself in or be more aligned with your values and your desires and your needs, especially since this is technically, if we're talking about, you know, the Western, the way that we see time, this is the second month of the year 2022, and it kind of feels like a lot because there's a lot of things going on the earth right now. We're talking about politics, we're talking about climate, we're talking about even the way that we see relationships, our even relationship with our careers, our jobs, you know, trying to find something that resonates with our personal beliefs and principles. So, you know, there's a lot going on there. But also, hopefully all is well, because technically, it's about to be the end of the astrological year, right? Because Aquarius is the 11th house and we're currently in Aquarius, and not too long from now we will be in Pisces season. That's the 12th house, and that will be the final of the astrological wheel. And then in April we're going to be jumping into not only spring, but that will be the beginning of the new astrological year. So there's a lot of endings and new beginnings at the same time, which very much embodies that 8th energy, that 8th house energy, as well as the energy of the infinity sign, right? You don't know where it begins, you don't know where it ends, but here we are. So there's nothing necessarily finite, as opposed to it is just the whimsicalness of life. It is just the mystique of life. All right, let's do 3 more shuffles, and then we will proceed to see what are some messages for the collective. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is my very first tarot deck that I've ever got. It was gifted to me, and it helped me understand what the cards mean, because on the cards there's actually like a sentence or two to describe what the cards meanings are and what it means in the meaning in the readings. So that's how I learned. Okay, Spirit, give us some messages. 1 card for the Aries collective. What do they need to know underneath this Leo full moon? What are some symbols, some messages, some gems that will be popping for the Aries collective underneath this Leo full moon that will continue on for the next couple of weeks? We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like for the Aries collective, there might be an energy of needing to rest, or the energy to let things go. Maybe you've been ruminating on certain things. Maybe you've been trying to make something happen that hasn't happened, and it just has been a struggle of push and pull. And you're just like, if it's not meant to be, it's just not gonna be. Especially again, because we have that Mars energy that is ruled for the Aries collective underneath that Capricorn energy with the Venus. So, and Venus is very much associated with Taurus and Libra. So there might be an energy of like, if it just doesn't mesh, if it's just not righteous, if it just doesn't align with my beliefs, this could be my moral beliefs, this could be like what I want to do in a career or how I want to live my life. If it feels such like a hardship, it feels like a push and pull, maybe you're releasing that. Maybe you're realizing that you gave too much to other people. You haven't given enough to yourself. That it's time for you to rest. It's time to be on your like solo dolo energy, or be in the energy of like trying to find your own balance, trying to find your own way of doing things. So I feel like with this 4 of Swords is more like a release. It's more like a let go and let God type of energy. Let's see what we have with the Romance Oracle. This could be about love, it could be about career, but what I feel like for the Aries collective, maybe a few of you who resonate with this message, you feel as if like you've been drained, you've been overworking. Maybe you just felt like you haven't had much success in, let's say, career, let's say in love, let's say even in your home. Maybe you feel like you're a stranger in your home, or you've allowed people to be in your home, and they've been overstepping their boundaries, or you feel like they just don't mesh with you anymore. It's time for you to go, or the person to go, and you're just kind of like, this just isn't it. And I feel like it's an energy of, yes, you're exhausted, but it's one of those things where it's like, I've just come to the realization, think smarter, not harder. I've just came to the realization, like, if it's just not meant to be, I'm not going to make it be something that it's not. And that is very healthy. That's very mature of not just the Aries collective, but anybody who resonates with this. This could be Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever Aries is in your chart. If you relate to this message, it is for you. And all the messages that will be coming out in this particular reading. But I just sense the energy of like exacerbated. If it's just not it, it's just not it. And it's like time to figure out what is it for you. Maybe it's one of those things where you've just been so accustomed to doing a certain thing for a certain time or trying to do it for other people that you've never really considered, is this really what you want? Is this really what's speaking to you? You just felt like, I gotta do it, so I'm doing it. And now it's like, I gotta reevaluate my own personal beliefs, my own personal satisfaction. We have, it is safe for you to love, Aries collective. Open your heart to give and receive highest energy of all. So again, this could be an energy where you feel maybe it's one of those things where it's like unrequited love. It could be a situation where it's like you're arguing all the time, or you feel as if like you're looking back at the past and you're like, well, in the past it was like this, and I don't know if it's going to be like that now. So it's like that anxious energy, it's that self-doubt energy, it's that energy of like, you know, usually good things don't happen to me, so I don't trust it, I don't know about it, like and maybe this is the energy where Spirit's like, you can't compare the past to the present, because that's not necessarily the case. In certain situation, it could be like a twin flame situation, it could be a learning lesson. But if you're looking for something bad, then you'll find something bad. So it's asking you, perhaps you are coming up with your own, let's say, thesis, your own beliefs, but it's not theirs. It's like imposter syndrome. You're trying to look for something to validate something, and you're causing maybe a whole ruckus in your own personal life that does not exist. It's like when someone is insecure about a relationship and they think the person's always cheating and the person's not cheating, and then the person's like, yo, I gotta just leave this relationship. This is not working for me. Like, I love you dearly, but you're driving me crazy. And then the person who's always like, I thought you were gonna cheat on me, is like, see, I knew you were cheating because now you want to leave me. I knew it. And it's just like, no, this is just too toxic, so I gotta go. No one's cheating here, and you're cheating yourself by being so neurotic. Maybe that's the energy here, a little bit of that neuroticism, and it's just like you need to like curtail that, because that's not healthy, and you might be losing and missing out on a lot of good things being in that static energy. Let's pull out a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for the Aries collective. Ooh, something fun. What do we have? We have Poised, number 48. Let us read what Poised has to say. This is a nice card too. I like this. This is very much that Leo energy. This is the energy, I am here, hear me roar. Okay? Let's see, 48. Let's read the let's read the whole message. Let's do that. Poised, essential meaning, being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best confidence. The Oracle message, you can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to do. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. Relationship message, when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle any love relationship. Harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. Prosperity message, you have every reason to feel confident. Everything you need to make your success concrete is now at your disposal. You can take action knowing you are ready to step into your power, into your light, and into your service to the world. The direction you're moving in is your destiny. Your soul is smiling with joy as you align with this truth. Protection message. You're not ready to move forward at this time, and that has to be okay. Be poised in the face of demands and deadlines. Pretending you know what you're doing works sometimes, but if you adopt a quote, fake it till you make it, quote, attitude, it will land you in some muck now. This is not the time to wing it and deliver something half finished. It's okay to postpone things until you are really ready. It's better to disappoint others now than to wish you had later. So that is the message for the Aries collective. Hopefully it hits. Hopefully it resonates. And we're moving on to Tauruses. Gang, gang. All right, Spirit, what do you have for the bulls? The Taurus collective, which I am part of. Taurus Sun. So what does the Taurus collective have to look forward to? What is coming up for the Tauruses underneath this Leo full moon? I'm feeling the energy of auspicious too with the Taurus collectives. Maybe more focused on, let's say, self-care, maybe even money. Because, you know, the North knows, South knows, but also the fixed energy of this being a fixed season, Aquarius season. And we're talking about the Leo full moon, which is also a fixed sign, Leos. So I'm feeling like getting things in order, getting stability, maybe coming out of chaos, maybe having more direct, let's say, vision or direction. It's like, oh, now I know what to do, and now I'm about to have the opportunity to do it. So maybe putting some action, some pep in that step. Maybe the Taurus collective. Let's see. Let's get 3 more shuffles for the Tauruses. Anybody who resonates with the message, again, Taurus could be in your chart, whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, however it resonates with you or relates with you. This is your message. Let's see. Give us one card for the Taurus collective, Spirit. What do the Tauruses need to know at this time underneath this Leo full moon? What will be impacting them? Not just for today or tonight, but for the weeks to come. Give us some insight for the collective. Let's see. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Work it out. Work it out. Okay, so there might be a news about like partnership, collaboration, maybe a new job, maybe a new opportunity. Maybe it's asking you to step out of your comfort zone and do something different. Especially Tauruses, we do got a reputation of being a little bit bullheaded, a little bit stubborn, you know, fixing our ways. So this might be an opportunity where it's like it may not have been what you expected, what you wanted, but like it kind of fits. It kind of like helps you get to where you want to get to. And again, like the saying that goes, rejection is protection, is very much true. Sometimes we're so laser focused on like, this is the way things need to be and this is the way the outcome needs to be, and we're not enjoying the moment. We're not enjoying the journey, and we're in maybe a pessimistic mindset. Maybe we're in a doom and gloom mindset, and Spirit's like, no, this is just a short detour. This is how the plan is going to be executed even better, even more precisely. Maybe this is a little bit, let's say, off the journey, off like, let's say, the plans, but it ultimately gets you what you want. And I feel like with this particular energy, maybe if some Tauruses, if you felt like isolated, you felt alone, you felt like people didn't get you, maybe this is the opportunity to bring in that collaboration. This could be in friendship, making new friends. This could be a new career path. This could be even like moving on to different and better and bigger situations with this 3 of Pentacles. I see there's definitely improvements in your money. I see there might be even the way that you collectivize with people might be different. Maybe you're used to doing things a certain way, or you're used to doing things by yourself. You feel like you've always been like, let's say, the leader or the manager or even the mother figure, you know, mama bear or the strong friend. And then this might be a chapter within your life where you're just like, no, I don't have to take on all the responsibility. I don't have to look out for everybody else. I don't have to be the strong friend or the person that everybody piles on their personal gunk onto. I don't have to be the free therapist, the unpaid therapist. It might be a time where it's just like, no, everybody has their own position. Everybody is grown. Everybody's handling their biz naive. And I'm doing it as well too. You know, my part of the puzzle is just as important as everybody else's part in the puzzle, because ultimately all the pieces is what makes the puzzle accomplished, makes the puzzle complete. So I'm definitely seeing the energy of working together. Teamwork makes the dream work. And in this new endeavor, I feel like you're going to find people who you really very much resonate with. People who have the same mindset as you, the same worth ethic as you, the same consistency as you. So if in the past you felt like you've taken on too much of the burden, too much of the responsibility, you felt like literally your back, your shoulders have been hurting. I feel in this season in your life, it's not going to be that way. It's not going to feel that way. You're very much going to feel and be seen, not in a sense of like, oh, we see you, we hear you, but it's very much of like, no, in action we see you, in action we hear you, in action we implement what you have to say, we support you in what you're doing. The Love Romance Oracle card says stay optimistic about your love life. So for the single Tauruses out there, you might find the love of your life at work or some type of collaborative situation. It could be like, let's say, a religious event. It could be an outing, like I was talking about doing snow activities. And I'm not a sporty girl. I am not into snow. I'm a May baby, as you can see, but I had such a good time. And side note, I have a really good arm. I could really throw it. So it's just one of those things where just have fun in the mystique of life. Don't get too nervous. Don't get too daunting. Don't get too so much ruminating. Just be free about the energies. So I feel like stay optimistic. This is going to be spring type of energy. This new opportunity with the Three of Pentacles may come in the springtime. We are inching closer towards that. But I see that it might be a situation where you're outdoors, you know, you're hanging out, you're doing you, and then again, stumble upon the love of your life. So I feel like with this is like, embody yourself in that love energy in work and career and friendship and whatever you do. Stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So that is what I'm feeling for the Taurus collective. Very much of the energy of being in commune, being in nature, being one with self, standing in your authenticity, being brave about saying you need help, being brave about asking it and accepting, receiving love and receiving help. Because as a big sign, I know how hard it is to be like, I need help. I know how hard it is to be like, I receive the help, because you don't want to seem weak. You don't want to seem like you don't got it. And maybe you've been parentalized growing up where you've always had to be this, that, and the third for other people. But this is the season where other people's going to show you that energy. They're going to walk that walk and talk that talk, because you deserve it, Tauruses. Speaking as a fellow Taurus. Let's see, what's the card? No Place Like Home, number 50. Okay, this is actually a nice, like Disney-like card right here with No Place Like Home. What I'm seeing with this particular card for the collective is that maybe you're moving. I feel like there's a lot of newness coming in, especially around this springtime energy. This could be that March, maybe late March to early April energy. But this whole no place like home, for a quick second, I thought this L was like an E, so like peace at home. Maybe in your current residence, you feel like this isn't a home. Maybe you feel boxed in. Maybe you feel like no one's respecting you. No one's hearing you. Maybe it's a situation where you're staying with people, but like this is not your true home. This is not your true comfort. This is not your safe haven. You don't feel at peace. Maybe you've been isolating yourself because this home is like on top of like this tall branch, which is like in the clouds. Maybe you've always been escaping. Maybe you grew up escaping like mentally, so you've been in la la land planning out like, if I had my own space, if I had my own home, this is the way it would be, this is the way I would decorate it, like this is the energy that I want to embody, my safe haven. But I feel like with this energy, you're very much going to overcome this stifled energy, this energy that makes you feel isolated, that makes you feel stuck in a rut. And with 5 and 3, that is very much the energy of 8, and we're talking about the 8th house, which is Leo. So I feel like with this particular energy, you're definitely getting what you wish, what you wanted in home, in career, and in love. Okay, Taurus is knocking it out the park. Wrong guidebook. This is number 50. Okay. No place like home. Essential meaning: authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. The Oracle's message: home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity aspects of yourself. No one can take away from you. You know where you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here, in the house of your spirit and spirit. Relationship message: lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in knowledge that it is reciprocated. Everything that I said. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together, you add to the love of the world. Prosperity message: when you act in authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is in your highest good. Your business choices and investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerful on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both success and failures, you will see the divinity in all things. Abundance in a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. Protection message: there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty, for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in the external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you will get what you got. Do the opposite of what, quote, feels right, quote, even if it's uncomfortable. Because what feels, quote, right, quote, is really what feels, quote, familiar, quote. And you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. So it's very much of that not Pisces, but more Scorpio energy of transformation, doing things differently to get the results that are different, right? And that is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So with this, Spirit is like letting go, let God, because God hears it and God is carrying on the mantle, right? That strength card energy with the Leo moon, that essence, that je ne sais quoi, that mystique energy of God, God's ability to make things happen in ways that we cannot envision, in ways that we don't know, but trust the process. Correct? Now we're moving on to Gemini. Eyes. Okay, that was a great message. What is going on with the Gemini collectives? Creativity, new inspiration. Maybe some eureka moment where it's just like, gasp, it all makes sense now. Let's go on with the Geminis. Very much Mercury. Mercury is in Aquarius right now. So double air. Maybe quick thinking, quick actions, quick doings, maybe inspired. Maybe there's just internal force of like, gotta do it. Feel motivated to get it done. You know, climbing the highest mountain, facing my fears. That type of energy. I'm feeling the energy of like standing on top of like Mount Everest, and it's like snowy and it's like harsh conditions, but you plant your flag and you're moving forward because you know you got it. There's an energy of like, I know I got it. That courage, that strength, that force of I believe in myself. I like that energy. Let's see, what is going on for the Gemini collective spirit? Give us some insight. What card best represents this energy underneath this Leo full moon? Okay. Topsy-turvy, I see. We have the Hermit card here. And Hermit card is very Mercury energy. So I see you. I see you, okay? Gemini hopped in their own energy like, what? There's like Taurus has got the Three of Pentacles, very much of that earth sign energy. But I see you with this Hermit card. I feel like with this particular energy, maybe you've been in a downtime type of energy, meaning like you haven't been doing much, you haven't been going out, maybe you haven't been speaking to people, especially before now it was Mercury retrograde. So maybe you didn't have, let's say, the energy to interact with people. Maybe you're trying to find your own divine messages within, killing the noise, going into hermit mode, try to figure out what is the next plans, what do you need to do, what needs to be said, how you're going to maneuver. And now it's like, after you did all of that, you're very much like, okay, now I know what to do. Now I know how to handle that. Now I need to know. Now I know how to get where I need to get to. It's very much the eureka. I said that, like the energy of like, oh, I get it now. Maybe you needed to step back, or people needed to have you not be around to understand your value, to understand what you bring to a certain situation. And now that you're back to get into the flow of things, it's like, oh, I'm not doing that no more. Oh, I'm not dealing with that no more. Oh, I don't speak like that. Even to yourself, it could be an energy of like, maybe you've been too harsh on yourself. Maybe you've spoken to yourself ill ways. I mean, we've all been there where we said like, how can I be so stupid? Or, I can't stand when I do that. Maybe you've been comparing yourself. Maybe you've been like disrespectful. It is called disrespectful. Maybe you've been that to yourself, and now you're like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Oh no, like before I used to do this or accepted this treatment, not anymore. Like that's not even me. Like, no. Maybe finding value in yourself, ending something to start something different, Geminis. Let's see, what is your love message? I did say top of a mountain. Like as you can see, that literally this hermit found some type of enlightenment with this lantern, and they're on top of something in some type of isolation. I do feel that for the Gemini collective. Let's see what y'all have coming in love. What does your love look like? Or maybe you're not even looking for love. Maybe you got out of a situation and you're like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, wow. Let go of control issues. I just said maybe you're not even in a situation anymore. I love what me and Spirit are just like that. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Maybe you need to take time out from a situation because you felt like you were losing yourself. Maybe you felt like you were doing too much. Maybe you felt like you had to be somebody's like extra. And it's just like mother, nurse, support system, best friend, hamburger helper. And you're just like, oh my God, this is so daunting. This is so draining. I can't do this anymore. Like, oh, I gotta step out of this. Like, whether you sink or float is not my business, because you grown like I'm grown, and you just gotta handle your business like I be handling mine. And if you can't handle your business, I just gotta go. Like, this is just too much for me. And I'm feeling the energy of like, maybe you felt like you had to control something, because if you weren't taking the reins on the situation, everything would fail. And now it's the energy of like, If it fails, it fails. It's just not my business. It is not my job for me to like be doing all the most for other people. This is not my issue. This is not my problems. I feel like maybe it's been daunting because you felt like what you always knew intuitively, what you've always knew. If you didn't do it, no one else would do it. If you didn't take the reins, things would collapse. And now it's like, if it collapsed, it's not my business. What I do need is me and my mental health. What I do need is making sure that I'm good, because no one's making sure that I'm good. No one's prioritizing me unless I do it for myself. That is such a great lesson to learn, Gemini. And again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever it is in your chart, however you relate to this message. But definitely don't get pride in your way. Don't let people sucker you in by saying, you're such a good friend, you always have the right answers. Like, no. I learned how to be such a great person and have all the right answers by going through the lessons and implementing that into my journey. I can't live your life for me and you. You got to figure out your own situation. Maybe it's been prideful in the past because you felt like you had to do it, or you're the only one who could do it. And I was like, no, letting go, letting God figure it out like I did. Let's see if we can get a Wisdom of the Oracle card for the Gemini collectives. One card. Let's see what is to come for the Gemini collective. What is their Oracle message? What does the Hermit has to say? That card wanted to come out, so it did. Between worlds. I've been feeling this energy. Number 3. 9 and 3 together is 12. So you might be in that hangman energy, which made sense with their Hermit card, trying to figure out what to do next, how to look at things from different perspectives, get that energy, get that answer from within, that eureka moment. In between two worlds, we have a flamingo here. Let's see, number 3, what is the message? Between worlds, essential meanings. Transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. The Oracle's message. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of changing and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. And this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of unconsciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expected. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see what the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Relationship message. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. Prosperity message. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble, win or lose. You can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination of time and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. Protection message. Be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. Oh, I like that. That message is very much about let go and let God, but in a way of like, if it crumbles, it crumbles, because you know there'll be a new beginning. I've always said, and this has been a testament, even like throughout the pandemic and even before the pandemic, I'm like me. I used to be, not so much anymore, a worry wart. So very much ruminating, very much like, I could have done this better. I should have looked at it from this perspective, like that type of energy. And especially when things I am not certain about, things are in between space, like the message. And my natural response would be panic. Like, oh my God, what if, in my head. And I noticed like 3-4 years ago, I was like, Spirit would never put you in a situation where you'll be asked out. And knowing that, believing in that, and seeing that in every shape, way, form in my life, I'm not as panicky. Like, I'll still be like, I don't know, sis. Like, oh, this is kind of, but it's not that energy, because Spirit's never put me in a situation where I was asked out. Spirit has always put me in a situation where I learned from this, where I grow from this. And truth be told, at the nick of time, Spirit does come in and saves the day. And it's funny because I'll even say to my friends, like, I do be late, but I also be on time. And when I mean on time, I mean like literally right before something starts or something's about to go, I arrive. So even when I'm late, I'm technically on time. I've noticed that in my life many times. And I really, if you bled, be on CP time. I be late even when I try not to be. But then I end up being on time. So it's like, am I really late? Anyhow, we're moving on. Let us move on to the Cancers. What is going on with the Cancer collective? Feeling more intimate. I'm feeling real low key. An energy of just like, maybe me, myself, and I is all I got today. That's what I found out. And there ain't no need to cry, cause all I got, and now I'll probably be my own best friend. It's like a breakup or like an isolation energy, but it's not so like, why did you do this to me? I'm so devastated and hurt. It's more like, it needed to end because it just wasn't working out. But you know what? I'll get back on the horse when I feel like I'm ready to ride. And that is very healthy and mature to know. Know the boundaries, set the boundaries. What's going on for the Cancer collectives? Spirit, give us some insight for the Cancer collectives. What's going on? One card, please. Okay. We got the Nine of Cups that flipped over. Improvements underway, feeling smug or pleased. And as you can see, very smug, very proud of themselves. I feel like this is more emotionally, like emotional intelligence, emotional maturity. Let me take a sip from my tea. But I'm very much feeling the energy of like, I know my worth. I know what I want. I know what I desire. And if it's not for me, then I'm just going to sidestep it. Right? Like there's some people who they have to go through the same heartache, the same betrayal, the same this and the third, because there's something they're trying to prove to themselves. Like, oh, I could fix this person and I could be down and I'm not giving up on them no matter how much they cheat on me, no matter how much they hurt me. Side note, that's how you end up being the fourth baby mama. It's that energy push and pull, like I have to make this work and I know we can make it work, and they just trying to prove something to themselves. And it's just like, why go through the heartache? Why go through the embarrassment? Why go through the rejection? Why? And it's really that unsecure type of relationship, that karmic push and pull relationship. But they think that they are healthy and they think they got the answers, and they think if they just, show this person a different way, if they just hold it down with this person can change. And it's like, Who are you proving this to? And why do you think this is healthy? Why do you think this is real love? I feel like with this Nine of Cups, very much Piscean energy here, Cancer. You know, your sister signs with the other water signs. I'm feeling this energy of like, no, if that's what I used to do in the past, I'm not doing it anymore. And it's very much of like the mature approach. I'm feeling very much with this particular reading, y'all know y'all's worth. And you're not taking anything less than, which is the healthy approach. Let us see. What is the Romance Angel Oracle card for the Cancer Collective? Maybe even someone try to take you out, try to flirt with you, try to get with you, and you're like, no, I'm good. And it's not even on some like, I think I'm better than anybody else, as opposed to like, you may not be ready, you may be still in trying to get in love or in contact or in, let's say, in I don't want to say necessarily reciprocity, that's not the word, but it's like I'm taking me out, I'm courting me out, I'm getting to know me. It could be that energy. Or maybe in the past you've been maybe like a hopeless romantic, so it's like, regardless to what, I'm gonna work it out, I'm gonna write it out, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. And you're like, no, I'm not interested, thank you, no. I see the card right that is to come with this situation, and I'm just gonna sidestep it. Like, I'm good, I'm really good. Nine of Cups good, Spunked good, me, myself, and I good. But thanks though. Interesting enough, y'all too got let go of control issues, and y'all saw me shuffle. Yeah, I feel like, well, this was right after the Gemini collective, right? There's an energy of like, if it's just not working out, I'm just releasing it. And I feel like this is in all manners of the Cancer collective. Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, however it relates. But it's the energy of like, I'm not tired, but it's like, I don't want to do the same old. Very much of like Rihanna's same old mistakes. You don't want to make the same old mistakes. You don't want to go through the same old trauma. Like, you see it for what it is and you're sidestepping it. It's very much, I've ascended. I very much did the shadow work. And because I understand what that is, I'm just not going to deal with it because I don't have to deal with it. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. I feel like for the Cancer collective, you've known this before. You've been this place before, or have you seen other people go through it and you're like, nope, I know how the movie ends, I know the plot line, I know the surprise twist, I know the actors, I can tell you exactly the minute, second, hour this is gonna happen the way that it does. So I'm gonna say it's a no for me, dog. It's very much the energy, it's a no for me, dog. And that is so mature. I don't know how many times I can say that's mature, because so many people, grown people, super grown people, cannot get that. They are stuck on like, this is the way it has to be, and if I don't do it then I feel like a failure, if I don't force it then it's just like that combustion energy, that crash energy. They have to try to make a thing because they're trying to fix something outside. They're trying to fix someone or something outside of themselves when they really should be working on themselves. They are busybody in places and people where they are not a busybody within themselves. They're neglecting doing the internal work while they're focused on the external. But I feel like for y'all, Cancer collective, y'all been working on yourselves. And that's, again, mature. Let's see, what is the wisdom of the Oracle cord for the Cancer collective? What do we have for the Cancer collective? Do they need to know? What are some messages that's going to last on this Leo full moon and the weeks to come? Y'all are keeping tight-lipped on your situation. What's going on? And then two cards come out. Regeneration and Wreath. Okay, sure. We're going to do two cards. Let's get number 46. Regeneration, essential meaning. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. The Oracle message. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being placed by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is a short step to your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Relationship message. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is a time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Prosperity message. What happens when it appears you failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from the difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start. A more powerful version and form of what you begin to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. New opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past because you really are experiencing a rebirth. Protection message. Endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycle includes disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You're about to be reborn. And breathe. Number 29. Breathe. Through the process. Remember to breathe through the process. Breathe. Essential meanings. Patience, waiting, growing slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. The oracle message. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. Relationship message. Don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. Prosperity message. You have worked long and hard. Your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one, moving languidly, yet still progressing right now, in a rhythm dedicated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins the race. You will indeed win if you relax, stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. Protection message. Inertia, laziness, and apathy are signs not of slow down, but of decay and lifelessness. Wake up and do something to shake this off. Go outside for some air. A walk in nature will remind you that all of life is ensouled and magical. Get some exercise. Move out of your head and into your body and breathe in deeply. Each breath is precious. Ooh, I love the message. Making sure that y'all see it clearly for the Cancer Collective. Regenerate, breathe. That is why I start out all of my content on this channel with breathing, doing the 3 taps of the singable, to be present, to be aware of your mind, your body, your spirit, what things give you energy, what things decay your soul. It's important to be in touch with your breath. Okay, let us move on to the Leos. Okay, what is going on for the Leo collective underneath your own full moon in Leo? Okay, Leos, roar, roar, roar. Feeling feisty energy. I don't know why in my head I heard, it's about to be your what? Girl fight. Virgo Valentine for the throwback, Okay. Hopefully you're not fighting, because like, why fight? Like, why? Fight with your words, not with your hands. But you do need to throw them blows to a Nazi. I understand. Nazis are not good people. But anywho, what is going on with the Leo collective? Assertive, confident, reasoned. Say what I said, meant what I said, moving on. What's going on? I'm feeling the energy of exerting themselves, their power, their best foot forward, but like, I am here. You're not going to ignore me. You're not going to dismiss me. You're not going to overlook me. Like, I am here. You're going to have to notice my presence. Okay. Talk that ish. Stand in that too. Let's do 2 more shuffles for the Leo collective. What's going on? What's going on? Six house. Leo. What's going on for the Leo collective? What is going on for the Leos? We got the 7 of Swords in reverse. Now, I feel like for the Leo collectives, you might be planning something, but like not telling people what you're planning, like keeping it close to the chest, close to the vest, like moving in silence on something, because you might sense it's something that's deceptive or something that might not be well welcomed. So you're kind of like the energy of like, I'm waiting for my time to execute something. I'm waiting for my time to do something. Or you might be feeling like someone's shysty, someone can't be trusted. It might be even the energy of like someone's never happy for you. You might be dealing with a person where you're like, I have good news. So they try to one up you in your good news. Or they have that fake smile like, oh, I'm so happy for you. But they seem so distressed. They seem so like fake about it. So you're just kind of like, you so happy for me. That's why you look like you're about to melt. You're so happy for me. That's why your face looks so mad right now. But you're happy for me. Right. I feel like with this, the 7 of Swords here, it's like, you know something. You might be trying to catch someone in something. Maybe trying to check, you know, the writing on the wall, check the I's that are dotted, the T's that are crossing. You may not trust somebody. You may not trust how somebody's moving, how somebody's acting with the 7 of Swords in reverse. It's very much the energy of like, I'm trying to execute my plans precisely. It could even be something where it's like, I don't want to tell nobody until I got it done. It might be the energy of like, people may underestimate you, or people may not take you seriously. So it's like, okay, before I shout out to the mountaintops, let me make sure everything is in order, and then I'll let you know. But it's definitely the energy of like retrieving into self before you put anything out there. And I did see the new love wanted to come out. So it might be you're entertaining somebody, dating somebody, doing something new, something loving, something passionate, but you haven't told anybody. It could be your close friends, family, co-workers, people who are closest to you, because you don't know their reaction yet. Or even like, you grown now, so you don't have to get people's permission. You're doing it on your own solo dolo time, and then when time is ready, then you could be like, oh, by the way, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing it with. Yeah, on my own time. I don't need y'all's permission. I don't need to let y'all know I did it. Now you know, this is how I'm moving. But we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, and then we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So there's definitely a chemistry and attraction. Like I said, there's something that you're keeping close to the chest. There's something that you're doing that's in secret. Usually when the Seven of Swords in reverse, it could be deception, it could be lying, it could be someone who's shiesty, but that's not the energy I feel. I feel like there's something that you're keeping to yourself. You're preserving its sanctity. You're preserving its special essence before you share it with the world. This could be love. This could be a new hobby. This could even be doing something new. It could be even like, I'm moving, but I don't want anybody to know yet. So I want to make sure like I got everything in order, my ducks in a row before I let y'all know. But it's definitely the energy of going after what you truly desire unapologetically. And literally, there is in chemistry the word attraction, and the next card that followed out was attraction. So there's definitely chemistry and attraction, passion, love, something rising, the heat, fire, and desire. Something here. But it's good. It's definitely good. Could be in new partnerships. It could be a new activity. Maybe let's say you're doing spin class or doing an art class. You're doing something that's different, out of the norm, and nobody knows this about you. And now you're about to be like, by the way, this is what I do. Surprise! And people are like, wow, I didn't know you could dance. Wow, I didn't know you could do pottery. Wow, could be something like that. Let's get 2 more shuffles out of the wisdom of the world. And that's okay. That's definitely okay. And you got to set your boundaries. You got to know where you start and other people end. You don't have to tell people your business all like that. That's your business. Especially when you get older. Like, you have good friends, you know. Let's say you have good women friends. If let's say you're a woman watching this, I've been watching Dollface. It's actually a really good show. I enjoyed season 1. I'm halfway through season 2. And like, yes, your friends are important and your girlfriends are important. It helps you learn about yourself, your womanhood, you know, people that you can relate to. But also knowing like, this is your life. You're going to make your own separate decisions, and you can only live for you. You could take the advice or not, but at the end of the day, it's your life. And I feel like that's maybe something that you're learning, Leo Collective, to not too dependent on your friends, not being codependent, doing your own thing your own way. Come to the edge. Okay, number 36. That's a 9. 36 reduced gives you 9. And then with 7 it gives you 17. And 17 reduces gives you 8. 17 is very much the star card. Oh, I don't even know why I'm shuffling that. The star card, Aquarius energy. So there might be something you're keeping away from your group collectives, whatever those collectives of people are, because it's something passionate within you. And then once you're ready, you let it be known. Let's see, number 36. Come to the edge. Essential meanings: courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. The Oracle's message: facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. Relationship message: it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take the that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, stay who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You will be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step toward the gods, and they will deliver what you truly desire. Prosperity message. If ever there was a time for you to take a leap of faith into the unknown, it is now. That is the perfect moment to take a big risk. The unknown is the only choice now. And if you come to the edge, you will discover treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Allow your courage to lead you in spite of your fear. You don't need to know the exact form of what you're going for. The essence is much more powerful, and Spirit has a way of delivering an even better version of prosperity than you could imagine. Take that step. The results will be amazing. Protection message. Fear is leading the way into places you don't need to go. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion, stemming from an old belief that isn't even true. Now is a time for courage. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what you want while you are left alone and unloved. Oh, the drama of it all. False evidence appearing real, aka fear, is hovering over you. The more you dwell on fear, the more real it will become. Ask yourself, who in me is afraid? Love that part of you. Ask, is this true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to be scared. Courage must be summoned in spite of your fear. Even when you're not feeling confident, Spirit will always catch you. Wow, I like that message too. Okay, come through. Yes, follow that chemistry, follow that attraction. See where it leads you, Leo. Oh, love is in the air. Alrighty, let's move on to Virgos. What's going on with the Virgo collective? Studious, getting grounded, learning something, doing something different. Let's see what's going on with the Virgo collective. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of, mindful of, position themselves in? What are some of the energies? Virgo, wherever it is in your birth chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Neptune, whatever. Give me some insight for the Virgo collective. I feel like it's focused on something, getting grounded in something, trying to master something. Let's see. What are some messages for the Virgo collective spirit? Give us some insight. We have the Strength card, but in reverse. I wanted to check precisely, so I looked at the bottom of the deck, and the card is also in reverse. We have Strength in reverse. There might be something that's draining you or something that you might be afraid of doing, taking a leap first. Maybe you're the first one to do it, but it's like something that you have to do. You have to let go, because it's really the energy of like, if you're scared, you're going to stay scared. And if you're courageous, you're going to be able to defeat it. But it might just be in the moment of trying to take action or trying to figure out how to take action that might make you feel scared. That might make you feel like hesitant to go about something. But like now is the time where it's like now or never. If I don't do it now, then I'm probably never going to do it. And if I don't do it, then I'm going to feel crappy about it afterwards. So I might as well just do it. It's like very much in your own head with the Strength card in reverse. Maybe you feel pressured about something. Maybe you feel fatigued with something, and it's like, I can't try to make a thing. I have to release this. Maybe something has been taking too much of your time, too much of your energy. Maybe it's just been like a one-sided thing, so you don't feel like you've been given that reciprocity, and now it's just like, I'm tired of that ish. I'm just so tired of being so super accommodating, so super understanding. And now it's like, no, absolutely not. It's like taking the step forward to be like, I deserve more than this. This is beneath me. And not even on some arrogant ego shit, but it's really on some like self-respect. It's really on some self-love, security, self-esteem. This is beneath me. And I deserve more than this. Let's see. What do we have in love for the Virgo collective? It might be afraid to walk away from something, but you know you have to walk away from it regardless. Let's see. It is safe for you to love. Y'all see me shuffle. Y'all see me shuffle. The same cards, the same messages. It's the collective energy. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It might be afraid to love. It might be the energy of, like, again, thinking of the past and living in the past and acting as if the past is the present. So it's like the past, love wasn't on my side. In the past, I learned a karmic lesson. In the past, I was heartbroken. The past. And maybe you're stuck on the past. There's some residue there and you haven't let go of that energy, which is understandable. This could be a situation where you had a kid with a particular person, but the relationship didn't last. It could be a situation where the person was childish, the person wasn't fully committed. Maybe the person was cheating. Maybe the person had someone else on the side, or whatever the case may be. You thought it was going to be a forever, but it was more like a life lesson. And now it's just kind of like maybe you're hardened, icebox where your heart used to be. But this new situation is asking you to learn from the lessons of the past. So in the present, in the future, you can make better decisions. To not be in an endless loop of doing the same thing over and over again. Or expecting to be, let's say, betrayed or hurt in new relationships because you've experienced it in one relationship in the past. You know, we can't change other people, but we can change ourselves. We can change the way that we respond to things, right? Let's do one more shuffle. Sometimes we really just need to breathe. Let's get a card for the Virgos. If I can get the card. Okay, we have two cards that came out. We have Fork in the Road and Thinker. Fork in the Road is 4, and then we have Thinker that's 4 and 4. So we got 4, 4, 4 here. And then 8 is 2 4s. Oh, just a lot of 4 energy. And 4 is either, when we think about the way that we read tarot, 4 swords is very much of like thinker energy, either like taking a rest or in your head. When we think about the 4 of Wands, we're thinking about planting our seeds. It could be happy endings. It could be a new home. When we think about the 4 of Pentacles, we're thinking about something that we keep, something that we're restricting, something that we're holding on to. And then when we think about the 4 of Waters, it might be a second option, looking at things from a different direction, a different perspective, not necessarily what you thought or wanted, but it might be the best option. So I feel like with this particular energy, you're very much in your head about something. Number 13, Fork in the Road. Essential meanings. Time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle's message. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well warned by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. Relationship message. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love, or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility to your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do. Invest and give, then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone. Or end things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lesson you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. Prosperity message. You've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherit in this choice in the need of change, for evolution, and for bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become? And what do I need to believe in to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction, for the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you towards your well-being. Protection message. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in a place without placing your way together. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give away your power. Don't give your power away. Don't even to not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. That is also true. Some people are like, I don't want to make a decision. I don't want to make a decision for me. And it's like, so you're going to relinquish your power to somebody else, to your own fate? Like, that's ridiculous. You cannot allow people to make decisions for you, because you're going to be the one who lives in that outcome. You're going to be the one who suffers, whether good or bad. 8 with the strength card. And then we have 8 here, number 44. Together, 8 and 8 is 16. Tower moment. Allowing people to make decisions for you will definitely give you several tower moments. And then another 4 on top of that 16 gives you 20. So, and 20 is very much of that Scorpio judgment. You have to make your own judgment here. Whatever the situation is, it's calling for you to be a big girl or guy about it and make that decision, because only you can make it, because it's your life, period. Thinker. Essential meanings. Strategy, being analytical and logical. The oracle's message. The ability to reason and strategize in the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Relationship message. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your relationship. If there is enough common ground for it, If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. Sometimes we don't like to hear what it is, so we try to rearrange the message, we try to rearrange the moral, and it's like when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Prosperity message. Don't have your ego in it. Don't have your pride in it. If it is what it is, accept it and move on accordingly. Calculated action is called for now. It is important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. List all your friends now. So get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is Spirit. You will win this time, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. Protection message. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but try to figure everything out logical is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faultless, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and aha moment will bring you clarity. Yeah, it's a lot of thinking, Virgo, but you're good for it because you're also ruled by Mercury, just like Gemini. So there's a lot of thinking here. It could be in career, could be in love, could be in a lot of things, but make a decision, stand on that, and see how it unfolds. Let's move on to Libras. What's going on with the Libra collective? Let's get some messages for the Libras underneath this Leo full moon. Maybe making a decision and standing on it. Justice card energy. What's going on with the Libras? Feeling the energy of like, not necessarily prideful, but more like assertiveness. I'm feeling the energy of assertiveness with Libras right now. What are you sure about? You may not necessarily be sure of the outcome, but you're definitely sure about the decision that you make, to sure on when you stand with something. Could be that. Going after something, pursuing something. Not necessarily sure about the outcome, but you're like, I definitely want to do it regardless of what, and what happens. Let's see. Let's get one more shuffle for the Libra collective. What are some messages for the Libras Spirit underneath this Leo full moon? Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, however it relates. What are some messages for the Libra collective? Let's get one card. Okay. So we have the Star card in reverse for the Libras. This is your collective here. This is ruled by Aquarius, another air sign. So this could be also something with the Leos where it's like you're keeping something away from the collective or stepping out from the collective. It might be something where you're so used to being a part of a crowd, a part of a thing, and then you are one of many, and then now you want to be like, no, I'm actually a part of this, but like I'm not this one thing. You might be trying to change people's opinions about you, but not by vocalizing it, but more so like, oh, I didn't see you at like the meetup or the meet out. Like, where were you? This and the third. And it's just like, you know what? I got other things going on with my life too. Like, this is not my whole world. This is not my whole identity. Like, I have other things going on. So it might be like separating yourself from the crowd so you can get back into yourself. Maybe you've been caught up in this identity, in this situation, and now it's just like, maybe this is not the best thing for me, or maybe I outgrown the situation. Maybe I'm getting lost in the sauce and I forgot like what are the things that really matter to me. So maybe taking another look by taking a step back. You might be saying no to something or someone. Maybe someone wants to heal a relationship, want to try something again, and you're like, no, I'm all set. Could also be avoiding doing that work, doing that shadow work, doing that self-process, self-analysis, that self-reflection. But I feel like with this is more so like taking account of like what is and what is not, what does work, what doesn't work, and seeing like what do you want to do about it. Let's see if we can get one more shuffle for the Libra collective. What's going on? What is going on with the Libra collective? What do they need to know? What is some messages for the Librans? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And again, the star card, 1 and 7 together gives you 8. So this might be trying to figure out what to say to somebody or a group of people about something. It could, like, you see this girlie, this chickadee, she's like, let's work this out, let's talk about it, like, what can we do? And the guy's kind of like pulling back, like, I don't know, like, you're suffocating me right now, like, I just can't right now, like, I'll call you, don't call me. Is that type of energy. It could be you being that guy, or you're dealing with a guy like that. But it seems like it might be a situation where it's just like you gotta pull back from something. It may be just a little too strong, just a little bit too clingy, just a little bit too tight, and you can't breathe. I'm feeling with this particular energy. It may be someone who's just not emotionally receptive. They're not emotionally available or emotionally intelligent to be having these conversations. So it feels like you're talking to a brick wall. Maybe you're having someone realize how much they mean to you by stepping away from a situation where it's just like, oh, you're just so used to me doing this because you think I have to do things. You don't respect what I do. Okay, what if I pull back? Now what? I gave you all that I could give, but like I don't have to do this. I do this because I want to. But it seems like maybe you're taking advantage of it. Maybe you think that you're entitled to this, and now I'm pulling back. It might be too much. It might be too intense. Let's see. What is the wisdom of the Oracle card for the Librans? Give me some insight for the Librans. Alrighty. We have community and a leg up. The card is just flat. 8 here again. 8 with a star card, 8 with community. And then we have 7 with a leg up. So 8 and 8 and 16. And then with the 7 gives us 19. So the sun card like Leo. So there's some type of information that might be coming to the surface. Let's read community. Essential meanings: belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. Oracle's message: this card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the community, in the group, provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. Relationship message: You're discovering the essential qualities that you must share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance, yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in a perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. Prosperity message. Whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute? Rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fulfill it. Something meaningful will manifest, even if what manifests is small. It is a sign that the doors of opportunity will spring open wider. There is also another meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have purpose. Protection message. Beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the group? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger whole? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assist your willingness to be real. Stand tall, be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears high a cost. So yeah, you want to be in community, but you don't want to lose yourself in the community. Like, you don't want to be fake. You don't want to be living in mask. Like old girl from Dollface. You don't want to let people believe a lie, like letting people call you the wrong name because it's beneficial to them, or lying saying your name is like Ashley. Like, if you ever watch Reese's as a kid, all the girls were named Ashley, so you're gonna fake act like your name is Ashley just to be a part of the clique. You're gonna allow people to like see you as just another thing, a part of a thing, and not an individual being with your individual needs. You're just gonna be lost in the shuffle. It's very much giving me those infomercials, those commercials about be above the influence. Like, you don't want to just be a part of a crowd and being chasing people's gazes. Like, that's not it. Number 34, a leg up. Essential meanings: receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. The oracle message: you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with, who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept what aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. Relationship message: relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. This is like literally the opposing end of these two messages. Now, it's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust, you will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. Prosperity message. Now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps toward your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time so long as you step forward with just a quote mustard seed of faith quote. Protection message. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have a little faith that help will come? Convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded, as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good, for you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't, quote, do life, quote, all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. I like that. I like that. And this is 8 and this is 7. 34 together gives you 7. Yeah. What kind of community are you keeping? Are you keeping a community where you're trying to chase their gaze? Or is this a community that helps you in this reciprocity? Because that's hard to find too. It's easy to find a group of people who are going to do some things. They can, add you in on the road, right? In on the journey. But it's harder to find people who are like-minded, who are helping, who are not insecure, who are not trying to dominate over you. That's harder to find sincere people. Usually people want a lot of quantity. They want a lot of people. They want a lot of attention, but they do not think about the quality. Is this of high expectations? Is this high deserving? Is this beneficial? When I'm around this person's energy, do they uplift me or do they drain me? Do they put me in a position where I'm like, damn, like I want to be like that. I want to do better. We have goals together. We're going to help each other achieve them. Or is this something where you do, partying and bullshitting and getting done? You're wasting time, wasting energy. Same old, same old. There's something for the Libra collective to find out. Let's move on to the Scorpios. What's going on, Scorpios? And I don't know why I'm just thinking about this, but I'm just hearing the weekend. I only call you when it's half past 5. Don't let nobody use you. Like when they come around, they call you when they want something. They're not here for you sincerely. They're always trying to get what they want to get out of something. They're very much of a user. They're very much of a succubus. They're very much themselves. They don't have anything for anybody else. They only come around when they need something from somebody, when they're trying to use somebody, parasitically suck off of someone. Don't allow people to treat you like that. Scorpios, you have the 4 of Pentacles. Let me take a sip out of my water. I've been talking. Whew. Scorpios, if you've been thinking about your money about to be straight if it's been funny. With this 4 of Pentacles, this is holding on to something, but as you can see, Pentacles is very much money. So this could be stability. This could be good people, good vibes, good things coming to you. Maybe it's finally getting things in order. Maybe structures coming in. Maybe it is that leg up, that helping hand. Maybe things are finally getting stable for you. secure for you, especially if for a long time you've been unsecure. For a long time you've been just trying to go along with things. Maybe you've been traveling a lot, maybe you've been hopping to this place and that place, and now you finally have a place to call home, a place to lay your head at night, a new beginning on something. Maybe you're keeping something again close to the chest. You don't want to necessarily tell people what you're doing, who you're doing it with, but you have visions for it. It's a wonderful brand new beginning. Maybe you're used to people taking good things away from you. So now it's like, no, I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want anybody to take it away from me. I don't want anybody to throw any salt or hateration on it. Could be a situation where you grew up with a lot of siblings, a lot of people around you. So you never had things that were just yours. Either things were like hand-me-downs or you had to share some things growing up. And now it's like, no, this is me. This is my safekeeping. This is just for me. And I don't care. It might be reserving and saving. Maybe you're saving up your money, maybe trying to invest in something, maybe trying to even start an investment fund or getting into something that's new and unique. Healing family issues we have here from the Romance Angel Oracle deck. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, it might be a situation where, you know, you realize that you've learned a lot from your childhood situations with your family and your parents, and you've grown from that, very much that scorpionic transition rebirth energy. But like now it's like, I'm keeping this to myself. It could be a situation where you grew up parentalized, where you had to be the parent and your parent was very childish, or they weren't responsible, or they heavily relied on you emotionally. And now you're like at a place where it's like, no, I can't be the parent in this dysfunctional relationship. I am not the parent. I am the child, but I'm going to nurture the child wound inside of me. I'm going to remother myself. I'm going to give myself the love that I didn't have growing up, but also setting boundaries where it's like, no, I cannot take care of you. You're a grown ass woman. You should have took care of me, or you're a grown ass man. You should have taken care of me, but you didn't. It is what it is, but I don't feel burdened by you. I should not feel burdened by you. I'm not going to be out here paying your bills and upkeeping and taking care of you because it's not my job. Very much setting boundaries, especially financially, especially with your physical things, your physical needs. It could be even kicking people out your house. You're like, hey, like, love you dearly, but you can't stay here no more. It's just not working out. It is not having the ability to thrive the way that I thought it was. And you're not about to guilt trip me. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not about to accept any miserly energy, any needy, entitled energy, that projection. Absolutely not. Maybe cutting ties to people. Scorpios. Maybe it's just done with a cycle, a karmic cycle. Some people think karmic cycles are just romantic. It does not have to just be romantic. It could be any relationship that we have, even with ourselves, could be karmic cycles. But I definitely feel the energy of walking away from something and getting your own peace of mind, your own safe haven, your own thing, whatever that thing may be. Let's get a Wisdom of the Oracle card. Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, however this relates as a Scorpio. Or those who are not a Scorpio, but it just relates. TikTok. Number 30, 4 and 3 together is very much 7. So it's moving forward. It's giving me very much the Chariot card. You're emotionally mature in a situation where you're moving forward. It's not the tit for tat. It's not the screaming match. It's not the bringing old things back. You did this. It's like, hey, my time here is done. I done served my time. I am going back into the community. I'm going back into myself. I'm leaving the situation in the past. Maybe someone's trying to keep you bound, to keep you in the past so you don't move on. So you're stuck in the mud. You're stuck in the rut. You're stuck in trying to figure things out. And you're like, no. We're not doing this again. I said what I said, and I'm moving on. TikTok. Essential meanings. Timeless, divine timing, immeasurable time. The Oracle's message. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future is ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire. So release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. Relationship message. Love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. If you're a woman, you understand the menstrual cycle timetable. Sometimes are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate time, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks accordingly to the beat of your heart. In perfect rhythm, isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. Prosperity message. Your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the internal forces of your most important manifestation partner, spirit, in a divine measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing, stay positive, and make commitment to remain in high vibration throughout the feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. Protection message. Have you been feeling as if the clock is ticking and gotten a little nervous that your dreams are taking too long to manifest? There's nothing to fear. You will never run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone can't be missed. Isn't that amazing? You're in such capable hands, with guides and angels hovering in the invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey will be filled with all sorts of goodies. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny you your highest good. All is yours in divine appropriate timing. You can relax. Yes, I love this message. I absolutely do. Don't let people gaslight you. Don't let people manipulate you. Don't let people weaponize your love against you. I feel like with the situation, it might be a situation you gotta let it go. I did what I can do, but I can't fix other people. It's not my job. People have their own lessons to learn on this earthly plane, and it is not your job to fix them, to have them use you as a crutch or guilt trip you. Especially when you can do better. Especially for family members who don't want to do better. They don't want to take that internal analysis of themselves. They don't do any of that self-reflection. It's easy for them to look at other people, throw hate, throw salt at the game and be like, oh, why not me? I deserve this and you did. Don't let them do that to you. We all have our ups and downs. The point is to learn from them. And if they refuse to learn from their own ups and downs, it is not your job to be out here caping for them and doing for them in ways that they don't do for you, but more importantly, they don't do for themselves. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. We don't all have the same experience, granted, but we can do better if we so choose to. And if they don't, but then expect the world to cater to them, they're delusional. And that's not your job to fix that, period. Now let's move on to the Sagittarius. Sag. What's going on with the luck? Feeling maybe lucky, maybe hard on your luck, but others making things happen, taking a leap of faith. No, going to the casino, try their luck. They're feeling hot. They're feeling lucky and auspicious time for luck. What's going on with the Saggies? Let's see. Let's do 2 more shuffles for the Sagittarius. Ruled by Jupiter. What's going on with the Sagittarius? Queen Nicki is not making y'all look good. I'm not even gonna hold you. Nicki Minaj is such a tragic case, and she is blinded by her own fame and her own delusions. So you can see it. Don't ever become that delusional. No matter if you are the queen of the ball, people are not going to remember that if you've just been a nasty, period. Nasty in behavior and like character, not nasty in the sense of like owning your sexuality, because there's nothing nasty about that. Anyways, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So is it bad luck, stagnant luck, getting the same outcomes, getting the same outcomes? Literally like doing the same thing over and over again and not realizing like it's a you thing, but always like projecting that onto other people, but like you're the common denominator. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like someone's not taking account for what's going on. Something's not working. It's kind of like a ram. Someone's butting or head-butting themselves into a wall, and they're mad at the wall but not mad at themselves for doing the head-butting. It could be like you invested in something and it just went to bust. It could be like it was going so great and then like it's a dip, it's a decline, kind of like some type of monetary crisis. Maybe you invested all your money into like Bitcoin or something, and then like the rate has been down, or there was a crash, or people had some like inside trading like Nancy Pelosi, and they were able to buy or sell their shares or stocks, and like you're now left hanging with the bag or something like that. Could be money stolen, could be waiting on a refund, something. Let's see what's going on with this particular energy for my Sagittarius. Maybe you're not making a decision about how to do something, how to go on something. Maybe you're sitting on some money, sitting on a decision, how to go about something, but you're not committed to it. You're still trying to figure out how the thing will unfold, how it will manifest. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this is interesting. It might not fully committed. If you're a bachelor out in these streets, if you're a bachelorette out in these streets, you may have a person who's really like down for you, who really could give you the commitment that you want. But it could be like someone, let's say you're hetero, but like this person is the same sex. So you're kind of like, oh, I don't do that. But then it's like, oh, but this person's really great. I might want to, dip my toe into the lady pond. But it could also be something where it's like, this person's perfect for you, but you're scared that you might F it up, or it's just too good to be true, or it's like, I'm trying to keep my options open because I don't want to get my heart broken. It could be one of those type of situations where it's like, it's so good, it's so perfect, but it's just like, can I trust it? Can I put my whole faith in it? And it's kind of like, oh, it's a gamble. I don't know if I can take this gamble. I don't know if I can commit 100%. But it's like, you might want to, because sometimes people really be thinking, I can just wait around, right? I can play the field. I can do what I want to do. This person, if they really love me, if they're really down with me, they're not going to let me go. They're not going to move on. Like, they're still stuck on me. I'll get to it when I get to it. And then they realize like, oh, people got feelings too. People got expectations too. People got hopes too. They're not going to wait around for me. They're not going to, see if I get it together, if I choose them. Like, other people see them as attractive too. Other people see them as the bag too, the prize too. And it might be a situation where it's that you wait too long, that person won't be available for you no more. I feel like it resonated for somebody. And again, like I've been saying, this is definitely Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, whatever, however it resonates, if it resonates. Let's see. Let's get a card for the Sagittarius. A card for the Sagittarius. One time for the birthday bitch. Two times for the birthday bitch. Three times for the birthday. It's not Sagittarius season. Because it might be someone want to get loose, someone get wild. Maybe they think relationships tie them down. Relationships suck the fun out of things, and they just want to be carefree. They just want to have fun. They don't want anything serious. They don't want to be committed to anything. And it might be something like that. You find love in a hopeless place. You find love when you're not even looking for it. You was just trying to have a good time, a long time, and then you find, boom, your soulmate. Milk and honey, number 51. Okay. 7 and 6 is very much that 13 energy. So maybe something's changing your mind, changing your perspective, seeing things from a different perspective. Milk and honey, essential meanings. The taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trust that your needs will be met. The oracle's message: you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid and ambitious when all your senses are awakened to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're ready, when you're in your authentic zone. Quote, wearing the world as a loose garment. Quote, not wanting yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Relationship message: sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding, and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet and gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. Prosperity message: there is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is Spirit's emissary to the world, in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time when you're seeking your true north. And in this case, currently, it would be like Taurus. When you find this direction, you ultimately step into prosperity and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. Protection message: a nameless unease compels you to turn to sweet and comfort as a means of escape that's really going on. It works in the moment, but only fleeting. Before the feelings return and you need to re-up until you're exhausted, feeling worse than before. You may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to Spirit. Now is the time for practicing extreme self-care. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel loved and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over to the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. Yes, so I'm feeling the energy is like afraid of being loved properly because it's the vulnerability of it all. But I feel like with this particular message, Spirit is like, feel the love, because the love is real. Can't run from real good love, true love. That was good. Let's move on to Capricorns. What's going on with the Captastic Capricorns? Ooh. What's going on with the Captastic Capricorns? I've been talking so much, I feel like my voice is like, are we done talking? What's going on with Capricorns? Let me take a sip from my tea so I can moisturize my windpipes and get through this reading. What's going on with the Captastic Capricorns? I feel like maybe y'all not saying things Maybe you're like second guessing your confidence, or like saying things softly where it's like, I know you hear me. I don't got to do all this shouting and stomping my feet, clapping my hands. I know you heard me. So I'm not about to like extend myself or overextend myself. Might be a situation where you're taking pause, you're taking account for things, like testing, not necessarily your limits, but testing your reach, where it's like, all right, I put you in the right path. I did my job. Let's see if you could do this without me. Let's see what's going to happen if I'm not in the room. Kind of like when teachers, if you're, went to school, grade school and all that, and your teacher steps out to have like a conversation with another teacher, or they go somewhere for like a minute or two, and they're like, all right, I'm leaving so-and-so in charge of the classroom. I'm going to be back in like 5 minutes. Don't go crazy. And like that's their test of like knowing that y'all not gonna do no wild stuff, y'all not gonna kill each other while she's temporarily, usually a she because a teacher, but it could be a he, temporarily is out the room. It could be one of those situations where I set you up for the best there is, and if y'all embarrass me, that's gonna be on you. And we have the King of Wands in reverse here. Very much of that Leo energy. I feel like with the King of Wands in reverse, it's like testing something where it's like, I did all I could do. And at this point, the rest is up to you. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So it's very much the same energy. It's very much the same fiery energy. So it's like, I did everything that I could do. Now the rest is up to you. That's what I'm feeling with this particular energy. Could be a teacher. Could be an educator. We're talking about Capricorn. So it could be a father figure. It could be a prominent position. It could be a situation where it's like, I'm taking a vacation. I left the agenda and the criteria and things that need to be done. When I come back, I expect things to be properly done. It's kind of like when your parents go to work or wherever they come back from, and they're like, when I come back, the house better be clean and defrosted chicken from the freezer. You better put the chicken out in the sink. It's one of those situations. It's like, don't fail me now. I believe in you. Hopefully, I don't have to eat my words. So, get to it. It might be a situation where it's like, again, leap of faith, but it's in this aspect, it's like trusting. It's trusting something. Kind of like, it's a trust exercise. Fall back and see if I can catch you. And it's one of those situations where you mid-air and you're like, I hope you catch me, because if I fall, not only am I going to be mad, but it's really going to hurt. So you better catch me. Some authority figure. I feel like it might be a situation where the parents are switching roles with the kids, where it's like, all right, if you was parent for the day, what would you do? How do you perceive me? Like, do you see me as a tyrant? Do you see me maybe not as your friend, maybe a friend? Do you see me more as a relationship friendly? Like, where are we going with this? Maybe releasing control, allowing something else to take control and hoping for the best. Ooh, no, we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Makes sense why the king would be in reverse. This could be someone that you're dealing with. Could be someone who wants to, let's say this is a father figure. Let's say this is a father who wasn't around when you were a child. They weren't really there for you. They were selfish. Daddy was a Rolling Stone. You know how that goes. And now they come back and they're like, oh, I see you doing great things. I see you want to come up. I see you successful. You know, I want to restart this relationship. Let's say it's something serious, medical. Like, I'm dying of cancer. And like, now I want to make amends. I want to make peace before the final end of the show. And you're kind of like, yeah, but no. It's really because you got cancer. And you may not even have cancer. This might just be a grit. This might just be a hustle. Maybe you just want money out of me. You know, maybe you're just trying to see if I'm still there for you. If I have still a weak spot for you. And you're trying to manipulate that. It could be a situation where someone is controlling, a control freak. And they see things from their own perspective, even if that doesn't make sense. And because they're so stuck on them being right, them being a dictator, they don't want to answer. They're very prideful here. But don't let pride get in your way. Very controlling, very much, I know all the answers. You don't know the answer, Sway. I know all the answers. It's like someone is causing their own tower moment because they refuse to listen to different perspectives, different opinions, as well as like they're always right. This could be a situation where someone's a narcissist. They're always right and you can't tell them nothing. So they got to keep on eating crow. Regeneration again, number 46. Yeah, something. And then you see this is like hot melted lava. You see this? It's like lava. You see? It's like something's burning, something is dying, and then on top it kind of looks like snow is falling. So it's like fire and water, that push and pull energy. Oof. This is someone who just doesn't get it, won't get it. They have to learn the hard way. And they might be looking for someone to save them, or might be looking to point fingers at someone else because they can't take responsibility for their own actions. That's the worst. Number 46, regeneration. And then with 46, we have 10 here. So 10, this is the ending, but it's a new beginning for someone else, especially if you've been on the receiving end of this toxic energy. Essential meanings: rebirth, second chances, new opportunities, the Oracle's message. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or a loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Relationship message: the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss. And in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Prosperity message: what happens when it appears you failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties in like a seed that lies dormant for a time? Then once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start, a more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success, new opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of seemingly loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past because you really are experiencing a rebirth. I also want to say, like, this could be an energy if someone feels entitled to you or entitled to your winnings, entitled to your comeuppance. So they're coming around thinking that they deserve something. So they're trying to guilt trip you or saying like, how can you forget me? I'm your father. Well, I did this for you. They're trying to like get what you're getting, but like they didn't put any skin in the game. Reproduction message: endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You're about to be reborn. Someone thought they had a hold on you with this deception card. This could literally be someone who, they don't call it deception for no reason. It's usually the people who are closest to you. So this could be friends, it could be family, it could be neighbors, it could be co-workers, it could be someone throwing shot in the game, hateration, trying to get people to go against you, trying to tell people that you ain't worth it or you didn't deserve it because they jealous of you, they hating on you, they don't want good things to happen to you, they want your blessings, your comeuppance, they want to walk in your shoes, they want to vicariously be like you. Like, one of the worst haterations is someone who knocks you for being your authentic self. Meanwhile, you catch them trying to be like you, talk like you, dress like you, present in your energy. That's some sicko shit right there. Like very much single white female. It could be something like that. Someone living in mask, pretending to be one way, but behind closed doors there's something totally different, because they're an empty vessel and they're trying to get off of you. Don't make other people's inadequacies your own inadequacies. That's their failure as a person. And don't allow them to energy harvest off of you, to bind their toxic energy upon you. It's them. It's literally not you. We're moving on. We're moving on to Aquarius. It's your season. Oh, and Valentine's Day did happen like Monday. So happy Valentine's Day to the lovers out there. And to the single people, being single on Valentine's Day doesn't mean anything more or less about you, as opposed to you doing you. And that's rightfully so. Valentine's Day is not just for the lovers, not just for the couples. You can love up on yourself on Valentine's Day. You can treat yourself on Valentine's Day like, if it is the representation of love, which really should be either like Taurus or Libra season, but we're not even going to get into that. If it is truly a representation of love, self-love matters above all. You cannot give from an empty vessel. You cannot give to people if you're not whole and healthy yourself. So maybe next Valentine's Day you'll be partnered up, and if not, who cares? Love yourself first, period. Now let's fly into Aquarius. What is the card, a message that will be appearing for the Aquariuses? Sun, moon, rising, Venus, however, wherever. Get the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, if I want to get the Five of Cups, let it be in reverse. So I feel like someone's getting their groove back. They're going to say quad back, getting themselves back. Maybe they did take themselves out for Valentine's Day. Maybe they did realize that something wasn't working. Very much shares, do you believe in love after lost? It's very much the energy of like, I don't need this. It might be the energy of like someone who's like, what are you going to do without me? You need me, so I can turn Tina type of shit. And you're like, no, I need me more than I need you. Like, stop it. It might be the energy of someone who's like, you can't do this without me. You can't accomplish this without me. You ain't ish without me. And it's like, no, I am the ish. And that's why you won't let me go, because you're tied to me. I don't need you. You need me more than I need you. And I feel like someone may have said that to someone. I need me more than I need you. I got me, you ain't got me. And that's true-ish. I got a text message and a Twitter notification all at the same time. So I feel like that hit on several accords for people, where you realize like divine timing, like some type of notification where it's just like, maybe you saw something in the text messages, someone cheated, someone lying, someone manipulating, some type of information came to you. We were talking about this segment as part of the air sign Aquarius collective that resonate with this message. You saw something. Maybe it was in the form of like someone lied to you publicly, or someone, you found out that someone's married. You went somewhere and you found out like, that's my man or that's my girl, but that's not me. Who they kissing? That's not me. On some cheaters type of issue. You were like, oh no. Oh no. You got me effed up. I gotta let this thing go because you got me effed up. I feel like someone said that recently. You got me effed up. Could have been someone trying to keep their options open while they're trying to secure relationships with other people. So they're trying to step their foot in multiple ponds. Meanwhile, they want other people to reserve for themselves, to keep an eye out for them, to keep their energy for them. But they're all here keeping their options open for other people. Could have been that. Want more out of others than they are willing to commit. Not necessarily Sagittarius, because Sagittarius was kind of like scared to commit. This person was like, yeah, I'm your boyfriend or girlfriend, but they got other people on the side. And the other people don't know that they got other people. It's greedy. It's selfishness. It's entitled. A romantic thief, maybe. Maybe you find out it may not have to be romantic. It could be a friendship situation. Someone hasn't been completely receptive. Someone has been flaking. Could be a lot of things here. Got two cards. Retreat. You deserve love. Retreat. It is time to disconnect from the world. You deserve love. You are lovable. Yeah, I feel like someone walked away from something because you realize that this is not love. This is not healthy. This is not what it should be. Maybe someone got into a relationship out of deception, and you realize that this ain't it. this ain't it. And you had to retreat from the situation and find love, real love, authentic love, what love really means to you. You thought love was this, but then you realized that's not love. Oh, what love got to do with it? What's love and a second handy? I feel like someone really found out you can't just label something love and think that's love. Like, that's not how that goes. No matter how many times I call blue yellow, blue will always be blue and yellow will always be yellow. So maybe some type of gaslighting, some type of manipulation out of something, and you had to let that thing go and heal from that, bounce back from that. And while you let it go, you retreated back to yourself on some Gemini-ish with that Hermit card, and then you bounce back on some I deserve love. I'm going to be my best advocate. I'm going to be my best protector. I know the signs now, so I'm never going to get caught up again. Learn that lesson. You can only play the fool once. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on all of us. I feel like you were tired of being shamed and looking like a goofy. You didn't want to turn into a 4th baby mama, or maybe you did turn into a 4th baby mama. You were like, oh, not doing that again. We have community here. Same card. Collective message. Number 8. Community. Essential meanings: belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. The Oracle's message. This card signals a new affiliation with the group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels, quote, I matter, quote. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community, of an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love for education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. Relationship message. You're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to importance of learning the proper, quote, dance, quote, between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance, yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. Prosperity message. Whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it is a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There is also another meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it. and serve from a sense of authenticity. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have purpose. Protection message. Beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself